everybody, welcome to California Bountiful. I'm your host, Tracy Sellers, and today we're in San Francisco, spending the day at the beach. It doesn't get much better than this, right? But we've got a lot of new stories on the show today, so let's get to our first one. The dazzling California coastline. It's where the ultimate beauty of the state is on display every day. And while it may seem like an odd place to find a miracle, that's exactly what's going on just up the shore, because there's simply no other way to describe what's going on at the Abalone Farm.
Well, the Abalone Farm has been here since 1968, and it's recognized as the oldest aquaculture facility of its kind in the country. We grow the California red abalone, and the whole idea at the time was to grow abalone all year long, have harvest all year long, and a consistent supply.
A consistent and sustainable supply, something that has been a problem for years in the industry. Once considered a California icon, as much a part of summer as surfboards and bonfires at the beach, abalone were almost fished to extinction, thanks to pollution, overharvesting, and a loss of habitat. That's when the farm stepped in and began fishing a different way by spawning the fish themselves, which is sometimes easier said than done.
Abalone are broadcast spawners. They spawn like fish, meaning the females release the eggs into the water, the males release the sperm into the water, and fertilization occurs out in the ocean currents. So therefore, the way abalone grow, even out in the wild, they have to be in small, tight clusters for them to have successful reproduction. Basically what we're doing here is to help not just replenish the wild population of the abalone out there, but to help supplement what is available.
And this is where the abalone get up close and personal, so to speak. It's an oceanic nursery on land where every step is taken to reproduce what happens out in the wild every day. And thanks to all this TLC, abalone finally appear to be on the comeback trail.
They'll stay in this building for 2 months. We'll monitor their growth, see how well this spawning is doing. And at the end of 2 months, they go from a tiny little microscopic speck to about the size of the head of a pin. And at the end of 8 or 9 months, we'll harvest these out, and then they'll go to the baskets outside where we'll grow them for the next step. And this is where, after the nursery, they go to the next growth step, which is the baskets. So you see the tanks are filled with these baskets just made out of plastic mesh and PVC pipe. Well, as you can see, they're harvesting behind me, and this is the size that we're looking for. This will take up to 4 years to grow to this size. However, this abalone may be the same age as this abalone. This one was just growing faster than the rest of the crop. A small percentage of the crop will grow at their optimum rate of 1 inch a year in shell length.
Brad admits his operation is fairly low tech, but the abalone don't seem to mind. They are thriving here. The farm sells more than 100 tons a year and is now responsible for more than half of the fresh abalone eaten in the entire country. The seafood goes to sushi bars and restaurants from LA to New York to even Asia. But their most loyal customer comes right up the road.
Hi.
Hey, Brad.
How you doing?
Great.
Oh, good. I brought you some fresh steaks today, and
Nice.
I know you like to serve them in the shells, so here's some nice shells for you.
Perfect.
Yeah, great.
Appreciate it.
So enjoy.
Thanks.
Okay, thanks.
Located in nearby Morro Bay, Windows on the Water is just that, a restaurant with a breathtaking view of the Pacific Ocean. Here, the epitome of California cuisine is on display every day, with only the freshest and finest ingredients on the menu, and that includes the locally grown abalone.
Abalone is really great for a lot of reasons. It's very tasty, it's unique, it's something really fun to have on your menu that people can't get at every other restaurant. And on top of all of that, it's sustainable and it's local for us, lucky us.
Local, sustainable, and now in plentiful supply. Around for more than 100 million years, it looks like this oceanic dinosaur will be around for 100 million more, all thanks to some pretty innovative farming and to a new and eager fan base chomping at the bit to get their first bite of abalone, a California icon that's making a shimmering comeback in the world of seafood.
Abalone to California is such an important seafood item. I mean, it's a part of our food culture here. And losing the abalone in California would be like California losing its wine.
Stay with us, there's more California Bountiful coming up.
Next.
In the nation, we know how it feels when you aren't treated like a priority.
Expected wait time, 55 minutes. Your call is...
Waiter!
We do things differently. We put members first.
We'll take care of it.
Join the nation.
Thank you.
Nationwide is on your side.
To learn more about the nation where Farm Bureau members can protect what's most important, call 877 on your side or visit www.nationwide.com today.
We're at the Gold Country Fairgrounds in Auburn, California, celebrating 20 years of mountain mandarins.
And it is such a wonderful time, and it highlights all things Mandarin. There's Mandarin marmalade here. Even the food vendors try and have something to do with Mandarin.
So farm to fork means maybe mixed greens and potatoes right now, and in a month it's going to mean asparagus, and a month after that it'll mean strawberries, and then apricots, and then peaches and nectarines, and then apples and pears will come, and then it'll be time for winter squash.
In Silicon Valley, everybody and everything seems to be high-tech. So why shouldn't their farms be as well? Well, with that in mind, welcome to Ecopia Farms. Located in the heart of the high-tech South Bay, it is the newest venture in innovative urban farming, microgreens grown under LED lights. It's farming utilizing the latest technology, which isn't surprising given the fact that the two owners are a former pioneer in the Silicon Valley and a rocket scientist. In their previous jobs, both worked with satellites that mapped the world's natural resources, and both realized something that would help them in eventually developing Ecopia Farms.
Well, it's a long story. I've been into technology and science, and I've always been curious of things, and I come to recognize that the resources of the earth are finite. What do you think, Sam?
It looks beautiful.
And so, yeah, you know, we could do something like that.
When I was in the satellite business at Lockheed, we studied the earth a lot. And one of the areas that we studied a lot was the earth resources. We began to realize how limited the land, the usable land for agriculture is, and the usable water that's available on this earth.
So now, in just over 3,000 square feet of warehouse space, the Ecopia staff say they can produce the equivalent of what 15 acres of traditional farmland can, while using 3% of the amount of water of a conventional outdoor farm and no more energy than an office building of similar size. And this is how it works. Inside the futuristic-looking farm, the temperature is a comfortable 72 degrees with no humidity. The microgreens are stacked on huge shelving units and planted in shallow bins of soil that are a custom blend, enriched with an organic natural supplement. The greens then get a small amount of water, and the result, brightly colored produce with intense flavors. But above the plants is where the real magic happens. LED panels glow in a brilliant fuchsia color, giving the whole farm a real sci-fi and futuristic feel that the plants love and even the Jetsons might appreciate.
You know, we don't run our lives just constantly, right? We don't try and change nature, right? Even though we, obviously by using, LEDs versus sun, we are changing nature, but giving the plant the wavelengths it's looking for.
Ecopia Farms now grows 70 produce items, with microgreens making up 60% of the business. Approximately 40 pounds of lettuce are harvested daily, along with 250 clamshell containers of microgreens per week. And because of the small amount of water used, the flavor is extremely concentrated and intense. But getting chefs of the Bay Area to buy into these unusual products grown in an even more unusual location, well, that took a little convincing.
Before we say anything, we let them taste it. And once they taste it, they'll say, "Oh my God, how do you grow this?"
The motto here is simple: taste it and they will come. Work for you, that is. Or at least that was the case for Chef Stephen Beaumier, a San Francisco chef that was introduced to the products a few years ago. He was so taken by the produce at Ecopia that he left his job in the kitchen for a job on the farm.
And we opened this case, and it was these beautiful little heirloom lettuces, all laid out in a row, all different textures, all different colors. And I was just blown away, and I was like, wow, what is this? Where do I get more of this, and when can I get it?
So Stephen's going to take us through, this is kind of a tasting, basically, that you would show chefs.
Yeah.
And you're going to show me. So what's one of your favorites, or what's one that I have to try?
Okay, so, with that preface, I would definitely have to say the lemon balm.
The lemon balm.
Yeah, lemon balm. So it's got a lot of different uses. Really popular in alternative medicine. Use it fresh hot tea, like a tisanes or whatnot.
Oh my!
And it's versatile. It tastes like Fruit Loops cereal.
It does.
From 1989.
Yes. So, Chef, how fun is this for you?
It's really fun. This is an extremely unique environment and position. It's a lot of fun. We've got a Ruby Streaks mustard, and then we have one that we call wasabi.
This one?
Yeah, that one right there.
Oh, we've got to try that. Just one little, maybe we'll just do one leaf.
Yeah, no, go for it.
Okay,
just go for it. Yeah, that's the best part of the job.
How often do you come out here and just kind of taste things?
Every day.
Do you really? Just to make sure. Oh, yeah, that's good. Oh my.
Yep.
Oh
There's
wow.
The wasabi at
it's
the
coming.
End.
Okay. Oh my. We're gonna need a little water. Oh boy. In addition to wowing me with the spicy, exotic, and amazingly potent microgreens, Stephen, now the culinary director of the farm, and his fellow Ecopia co-workers are wowing chefs across the Bay Area with their unusual products.
Hey, Chef.
Hey, good morning.
I brought you some samples.
All right.
So some new things that maybe you haven't seen. You were looking at the porridge sprouts.
This just makes me so excited. Just want to make some salad, for your nice lunch.
At restaurants all across the Bay Area and the South Bay, chefs continue to be impressed by the intense flavor of the microgreens and the compatibility with the other produce they get from local farmers. Former co-workers and longtime friends in the culinary world, Stephen knew his fellow chef Daniel Gomez would savor the ability to work with such products.
Hey, Chef, how's it going?
Hey, Steve. How are you?
Doing well. Good to see you.
Yeah.
Brought some goodies for you.
It's great because for me, one of the things that I really like to do is showcase interesting farmers and interesting products, especially stuff that you just can't get anywhere else.
In addition to exciting the culinary world, Ecopia is now getting into the retail market. People can buy salads online or at various farmers markets across the Bay Area. And for the two owners, both of whom have family ties to agriculture, discovering new high-tech ways to farm may have always been part of the master plan for their lives, even if they didn't realize it at the time.
My dad wanted me to go to college, and he insisted that I go to college. And so I says, okay, I'll go to college. And he says, by the way, I want you to take agriculture, farming. I said, oh no, I'm not. If I'm going to go to college, I want to get away from the farm as far as possible. So guess what? I went into space. He says, he's probably looking up from heaven now, saying, well, you finally wised up.
Hi, welcome to the JW Marriott San Francisco and the Level 3 Kitchen. I'm Chef Ben Matman, and we're going to make a beet salad today with some winter greens and a light balsamic vinaigrette dressing. The first step to make this salad is you need to roast some beets. So I'm going to give you a quick demo on how to roast some beets in the oven. I like to roast the beets because you get more flavor out of the beets. You roast them in the oven, the sugars and the flavors come out, and you get a really nice sweet flavor from the beets. So here we have some fresh organic beets. And the first thing I'm going to do is just going to cut off the greens. And when the greens are nice like this, you could actually even use them in your salad. Just tear them off, or you could braise them. And to these beets, I'm going to add some fresh squeezed orange juice, some extra virgin olive oil, a sprig of thyme, a couple of slices of orange, and some rough sliced shallots. A little bit of sea salt, a little bit of fresh ground pepper. I'm going to put a lid on it or wrap it in foil. I'm going to pop it in a 350-degree oven and give it about 45 minutes. All right, now we're going to build the salad. I've got some fresh winter greens here. Again, we're going to dress them very lightly. I like to use sea salt, a little fresh ground pepper, and then again our house white balsamic vinaigrette. Just a very light vinaigrette dressing. I'm going to toss the winter greens. We've got some mizuna in there, some red oak, a little bit of kale, and some beet greens. Stack your greens up in the center, marinated beets. Display them around the salad, show off their nice vibrant colors. I like to use a little bit of toasted pumpkin seeds. Give a little sprinkle of some toasted pumpkin seeds. And then we're going to add a little bit of goat cheese. French style goat cheese, nice and fresh. It's also known as chèvre. This particular goat cheese is from Cypress Grove. We'll just put a little bit of goat cheese crumble on top of the salad, around the salad. Goat cheese goes very nicely with beets. And there you go. Roasted beet salad with Cypress Grove goat cheese and toasted pumpkin seeds.
Don't leave us yet. There's more California Bountiful coming up.
Next.
In the nation, we know how it feels when you aren't treated like a priority.
Expected wait time, 55 minutes. Your call is...
Waiter!
We do things differently. We put members first.
We'll take care of it.
Join the nation.
Thank you. Nationwide is on your side.
To learn more about the nation where Farm Bureau members can protect what's most important, call 877 on your side or visit www.nationwide.com today.
Sonoma County, the name Crane is pretty much synonymous with the word melon. That's because Jennifer Crane's family has been farming melons in the same area of Sonoma County for more than a century now.
Well, the Crane family's been here in Sonoma County since 1852. I'm the sixth generation to be here on the same ranch, and my great-great-great-grandfather was named Richard Crane, and he came to California for the gold rush in 1849 and mined gold, and then after a couple years decided to see what else California had to offer, and made his way here to Sonoma County, and that's where we've been ever since.
And while Richard was enticed to set down roots in the Sonoma area because of the gold rush, it was actually his son Oliver who struck gold years later by inventing this. It's a melon known for growing incredibly well in the unique clay soil and climate of Sonoma and without much irrigation. But it was also too thin-skinned and way too fragile to ship too far of a distance. Thus, a local legend was born. It's of course known as the Crane melon.
And he wanted something that would be able to grow on our particular soil with the particular terroir we have here on the ranch. I always, use the same example with wine grapes. You could plant Pinot Noir in Fresno and it's going to grow, but you're not going to get the flavor profile that you would get if it's grown in the Sonoma coast or the Russian River Valley. And it's the same with the Crane melon.
Today, Jennifer, her father Rick, and mother Cindy continue to look after the small but popular farming operation that thrives on this unique melon. The melons are actually grown and harvested much the same way they have been for decades. They are vine ripened and then harvested by hand and gently thrown in the back of the family's pickup truck, and then taken less than a mile to be sold at the family farm headquarters, the Crane Melon Barn.
I think we're going to head back up to the melon barn.
Here, travelers stop in for a bite or two of the famous produce the family is known for. But inevitably, the Cranes always get the same question each harvest season.
So people often ask me, what is a Crane melon? They'll say, is it a honeydew? Is it a cantaloupe? And it's actually a cross between several heirloom varieties, most of which are unavailable in the market. There's in this melon is a Japanese melon, a white melon, a Persian melon, and an ambrosia melon.
Today, the family primarily grows two types of melons, the Crane melon, of course, and a yellow-fleshed watermelon. And with just 3 cranes left on the farm, plus a few seasonal workers, they have cut back to growing just under 30 acres of melons, which equals out to about 700 to 800 pounds of melons each season. And the harvest is a short one, only about 2 months long. But while the harvest is short, the line of fans of Crane melons is long.
Thank you for shopping at the Crane Melon Barn. Enjoy.
Thank you, I will. Thank you for the melons.
Here. Enjoy. Bye.
Oh, thank you. They're luscious, they're delicious, they're wonderful.
I've been coming here over 20 years. They have them in other stores, but it's not the same as what they've got here. These are the real deal.
Seem to have a very loyal customer base.
I love the way they smell. They're just delightful.
I put them in my Vitamix at home, which is a really fancy blender, and a couple of scoops of an apple, a banana, some melons, and some protein powder, and blend it up and drink it, and it's wonderful.
Yeah, these are what I would think is just perfect. Oh, they'll be pretty well gone today. And then we just go do it again tomorrow. At least grapes, you pick them one time and they're gone, but melons, it's pretty much every day.
And while the seeds of change are all around them, this family is determined to keep this agricultural tradition going for future generations to savor.
When the season is kind of winding down, around Halloween, people, you can just see everyone in kind of sad face. They come in and I'm like, these are my last ones till next year. But I always just tell them, that's the nice thing too, because we've been here for so long and we're not going anywhere. So I always tell them, well, see you next year.
Next.
In the nation, we know how it feels when you aren't treated like a priority.
Expected wait time, 55 minutes. Your call is...
Waiter!
We do things differently. We put members first.
We'll take care of it.
Join the nation.
Thank you. Nationwide is on your side.
To learn more about the nation where Farm Bureau members can protect what's most important, call 877 on your side or visit www.nationwide.com today.
Well, that's going to do it for the show today. If you have questions about any of the stories you've seen or the recipes, you can go to our website at californiabountiful.com. And we'll see you again next week on California Bountiful.